blessed ones of the nations of the world. This is your brother Dan Moses, or say our Sakodi of TRC, Ghana, coming your way from exile in America, saying to you, Akwaba, Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitam, welcome, Nganjoni, Vindo, you are welcome, Kuso, Diwo to San Senor, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boye, Malamu, Karibo, Ekabo, no, oh, Sanu, Dezua, Enkwang Dehina, Mitas, Dewuro, Pezalovat, Bine I Binit, Barigalus, Tipita Iche, are you born, the Bridoya, very common. Estan hozot walang anumang bienvenido namaste swagitam kush amadid baruk haba marhaba wamnyong haminida wamnying nyejeko anyamime nyejeko we zolo novio miao wezo akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder, the program through which we get to know the kind of world that we are living in now. What is happening to Ghana, America, humanity, and the nations of the world, and this global deception, delusion, and lies. Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder, which is the program through which we get to know what to do in these times of global treachery, global wickedness, and global evil. Akwaba one more time to the program Testimony New World Disorder, dignified ones of the nations of the world. This recording is coming to you on the 7th of April 2020, Wednesday, dawn. It's 12:40 a.m. in the US. Yeah, it's just 12:41 now in US. And I want to say to you, Akwaba, humanity and the nations of the world, Ghana, we had last week had an expose, two exposés, and from that, as of now, we do know. What I should tell you is the IGP of Ghana, Mr. James Opon Bueno, is before the International Criminal Court. The Minister for Communication, Ursula Owusu, and her deputy, Georganda Honorable, yes, they are as well before the International Criminal Court. However, if the ICC, International Criminal Court, Hague, if the Office of the UN Secretary General, international authorities, whom countless documents reached their offices between 2017, when I got to Ghana during the 2 years mission, 2017 to 2019. The document that got to the United Nations, Office of the UN Secretary General, International Criminal Court, if they would consider how the office of the Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana totally betrayed the state and willfully watched on for crimes of the killing of Ghanaians, heinous crimes to be committed by the government of Nana Addo Akufo and their foreign states, these global foreign states in America, and that the office willfully covering up the crimes, leading to the secret killing of His Excellency Pakwesi Emisata, who is one of the innocent sons of Ghana, His Excellency, who was also killed in secrecy in Ghana within that 2 years mission. Or in Kessie, God would not be swayed by ugly politics. Anakakraka. Sorry, I'm not talking about Akufo Addo. No. And then they letting the crimes continue to the barbarous killing of Reverend Dr. David Nabemado by the same Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo and the Terror Network. Reverend Dr. David Nabemado barbarously getting killed in church. If the ICC, if the United Nations would consider that as at now, the Right Honorable Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana, Right Honorable Aaron Mike Okwe, is still not before the ICC. I never took him to the ICC. They would be shocked that he should have been the very first person who should have been before the ICC by now. However, Ghana, Africa, humanity, and the nation of nations. Let me tell us why God asked me not to take the Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana to ICC, irrespective of the total betrayal of the state and the office colluding to cover up the killing of our people just because money was coming in. God had told me, the man is old. Do not take him before the law and before the court. Otherwise, if he should die, it will be claimed that the man has aged. Why did this African take him to court for him, and eventually he has lost his life? So God said, let him live. Leave him alone. Just pray for life for him. Let him live. And don't take him to the court. That is why Right Honorable Aaron Mike Okwe, the Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana, is not before the ICC. Humanity and the nations of the world. However, Ghana, guilty conscience can do so much damage to a man. That is why we have seen that in the expose that came our way on April the 2nd, last week, Thursday, April the 2nd, which were titled Family, Humanity, Rejoice, exposing them more, parts 1 and 2. We could realize that I had made us to understand that the funeral of my father, Nana before Jan, was infiltrated by the crime covering state, the politicized national security of Ghana, because of the direct involvement of the Office of the Speaker and the IGP. I exposed that. What I also said was I encourage the Parliament of Ghana that the Speaker is leading them astray, and in fear they have fled from the Parliament of Ghana to the Accra International Conference Center, and they should have courage, and they should fear not. Otherwise, very soon they would have nowhere to flee than to flee into the sea. Because the reality is, from Parliament House to the Accra International Conference, the next place they would flee, Right Honorable would have led them to flee to, would be the castle. And from the castle, that is the sea right there, the Gulf of Guinea. So he was literally leading the Parliament of Ghana due to guilty conscience, leading the Parliament of Ghana astray into destruction. And we had to pour words of courage. Ghana, Africa, America, humanity, and the nations of the world. We should not be surprised that guilty conscience has haunted the Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana, to the point that between the 2nd of April, Thursday, and the 4th of April, Saturday, by the 4th of April, the Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana, because of just Ghana, put your minds down and see what the Speaker has done. He has, as I speak today, the 7th of August, between the 2nd and the Saturday, 2nd of April and the Saturday, the 4th, he has suspended the Parliament of Ghana indefinitely. Ghana, let's go check. What we want to tell Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament of Ghana is, we know humanity and the nations of the world know, Ghana knows, and God cannot be fooled. The Ghanaian people can think. And if we watch the videos that came on the 2nd of April, part 1 and part 2, humanity, family, humanity, rejoice, exposing them exposing them more, parts 1 and 2. We watch them and we see the step that has been taken by Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Mike Okwe, in the political measure that has been taken to suspend the Parliament in the interest of the global state, foreign states in America, and his political interest. It is obvious that guilty conscience, my people of Ghana had been killed, and they got killed, and there is the willful covering up, and the killing of our people, the covering up is haunting the speaker and the perpetrators of the crime, and those that are willfully covering up the crime. Humanity, we should not be surprised at this. So that is, as I speak today, Ghana, the Parliament of Ghana is suspended. And God is not blind. They can fool some people sometimes. They can't fool all the people all the time. The truth is, total justice shall be served. Accountability shall be demanded regarding the spillage of the blood of our people. I call back to the program, testimony, new world is God is watching closely, Ghana. God is watching over the nation, over our blessed people. The blood of our people is speaking. It is clear to the whole world that the blood of His Excellency Kofi Annan, which was shed in secrecy and is being covered up till now by the government of Nana Addo Akufo and global states. It is obvious what the world has become. What we are seeing now, that the blood of His Excellency Misata, the blood of Kofi Annan, the blood of Kaba, the blood of Ebony, the blood of my father, the blood of my uncle, the blood of precious crying up out unto God, and the whole world is feeling the impact. That is what is happening. Back to the program. Testimony, new world is disorder. Blessed ones of the nations of the world. You know, the major hope of the Speaker of Parliament of Ghana, the IGP of Ghana, the willful crime covering and politicized national security of Ghana, the stakes in America, their major hope was that they will be able to exploit my friend, whom the government stakes in America, stakes in Ghana, the government of Nana Addo Akufo exploited due to her closeness to me. They exploited and hated her so much that eventually they had to take the life of her brother in secrecy 5 days after they had killed my father, Nana Edubofo Jan. 5 days. Because of her closeness and how much she committed herself to, I was totally helpless in the land of Ghana. There were 2 people who were the only people in my life, and they took one out, Brother Godwin. The other was this precious lady, a mother of 2. And they did everything. God still made her to stand strong. The only thing they could do to break her was to take her precious brother out of life 5 days after they killed my father. And they are hoping that if they are able to get that friend of mine to uh, sh- sh- uh, uh, um, shake her mind, put her under so much pressure to deny the secret killing of her brother, to aid to cover up that shedding of the blood of her brother, that would be a major strength to them, to the covering up of all the killing of our people, the killing of my uncle, the killing of my father. So they are hoping so much and counting on the success of they exploiting her to succeed in doing that. Ghana, Akwaba, humanity, my family in Kumasi, or in, Jema, all of us, Akwaba to the program, testimony about disorder. Before I came to Ghana for the funeral of my father, they had gone to the stand, the stakes in America, the government of Nana Addo Dankwa. They have put her under so much pressure to the point that they had even almost succeeded in turning her against me. But I still knew that God was in total control and their works shall not stand. So before I got to Ghana, they have made it so ugly that she had become almost like they wanted her to become almost like an enemy. But I was prepared, knowing that the same sticks had purposed to eliminate her from life. And if I had not gone to Ghana, if I had not strategically dispatched a secret code which exposes the IGP and the US undercover agent, they would I dispatched the code to her before I went to Ghana. If I had not done that, they would have killed her. And then I followed up to Ghana. I went to Ghana, and God had to let me purposely invite her to my family in Kumasi and let the family know that we are not the only people that we are not the only people in the family or people in Ghana that have suffered so much, but my friend also suffered a huge casualty of the same secret killing. That the lady will know that I received her as part of my family. You know why? Because I was hunted down to be killed at my father's funeral. I had to flee. And when I went to my family in Kumasi, when I went to Ghana, they received me. What the family in Kumasi didn't know is the angels of God have taken charge over the entire home, and they are not leaving. They are protecting the family and the entire household. The blood of the Lamb of God, the Lamb of God, the blood of the Lamb of God is on all the doorposts of the home. I needed to bring this lady into the blood for that which is to come. She might have a Passover that she must live, and that the killers will not succeed in killing. That is why I had to bring her to the home. She came to the home at the time these crime cabaret state, wicked forces of Akufo Addo and the political national security, they had laid wait, tracking her down to the place, and I was aware. It takes me seconds to detect these evil works. So before she came to the home, um, even like literally um, in total disagreement, trying to, I should say, fight me. So they succeeded in almost destroying and cutting her totally out of my life because of the US undercover agent, whom they will kill for the fact of anybody that comes close to me uh, and will be a hindrance to her her thinking of getting remarried to me. That will never happen. So, in order for me to let her know that, that friend, to let her know that I am aware of so much evil that is coming at her, and she is in the protection of God, by God, and she shall live and not die, irrespective of how much strain that the killing forces was able to establish between herself and I. By the time I was leaving Ghana, I still had to, besides reaching out to all my family, my friends, to let them know that I still believe in them. She was one of the individuals I reached out to her at the airport. In fact, the money that I had on me, Ghanaian money, I had to make sure that I have splitted the money to her and my brother, my brother ZK. I made sure that I have splitted the money to them, showing the kind of heart and mind that I had for them. I got to US and I tried to find out how she's doing, how her family is doing. At a point, I called and even uh, the phone was passed on. I had to extend my greetings to her mother, her other sister, and her children. And the stakes didn't want that. They knew that if they are not careful, their agenda to seek to uh, exploit her, to deny the killing of her brother would backfire. So the last time I got in touch with her was on the 14th of March. And when I got in touch with her, for some reason, there was total silence. She should not respond back until the 2nd of April 2020 expose, Family, Humanity, Rejoice, exposing them more. I had mentioned in that expose that to the government of Nana Addo Akufo, Corona is a Ghanaian woman. That statement that I made was a huge blow to the international global stakes in America and the government of Nana Addo Dankwa. They know that there is what they are hiding from the Ghanaian people. It was about to blow up. We know that Ghana, we know that after Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his government, stakes in America, exploited a journalist in America, name withheld, a journalist in Adom FM, to aid in the willful covering up of the crime and the persecution, and eventually the same killing stakes that the crime covering stake, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his government, the name that they gave to her, the coded name, became Pokua Ase. They have no regard for her as a woman. Pokua Ase. That is how they have to code her. My friend never knew that she had been coded coronavirus by the same wicked forces in Ghana and in America who are seeking to do her so much damage after uh, there's so much huge they have caused her, the loss of her brother. They are seeking to pressure her so much to deny. At the same time, they have no regard for her. And under the global pandemic, what she never knows is her coded name is coronavirus. I would let us know why they had to code her that name and throw so much fear in the world regarding. We are not denying coronavirus. I've told us before. China as a state is a victim to coronavirus. The former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon knows so well that China as a state never developed any engaged in any experimental work at Wahoo laboratory to cause coronavirus. No, that is a total lie. China is a victim of coronavirus, just like every other nation is a victim. But China is a resilient nation. Who China is the nation that, out of her challenge, has arisen and is helping Spain, helping Italy, helping US, just like it helped the global economy in the 2007 2008 when the global criminals in America and in Ghana have by willful crimes and crime covering have crashed the global the stock market in New York. China is the nation that rose with the BRICS to support the global economy. Otherwise, we will not get to where how we came out of. Yes, so let's go to that friend. Eventually, my friend had to be quoted secretly as coronavirus. Friend, you have no idea how much evil these killing sticks have against you. What they do is they kill, they steal, and they destroy humanity and the nations of the world. I was saying that she never got in touch with me again since March 14th. However, just like the Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana took a damage control to dissolve the Parliament of Ghana immediately because of the expose that came on the 2nd of April. Because I mentioned that to the government of Nana Addo Akufo, Corona is a Ghanaian woman. At the dawn of, at the night of April the 2nd, around 11:28 p.m. US time, which was Ghana around 4:28 p.m. The woman sent me a message after all that long, almost a month, and I had to respond to the message. I was asking her, "Why are you up this night? Are you still not asleep?" He said, "It's nothing." I said, "It's nothing, but you are still up. Why?" Ghana and the nations of the world. I want the friend to know that she will live and not die. The forces that are destroying the innocent of Ghana, they have not relented. They are digging under my family in Kumasi. My family is still doing that, seeking the family to destroy. But we are kept by the blood of the Lamb. I want to tell us, let's move quickly to His Excellency Ban Ki-moon. His Excellency Ban Ki-moon, the former UN Secretary General, humanity gave him 10 good years to be the Secretary General of the United Nations. What he did with his 10 years was exploiting this situation which is tearing down America, Ghana, every nation of the world, the United Nations, troubling the International Criminal Court, every single nation of the world, exploiting my innocent children. They are going because he must seek his dynasty at the expense of humanity, at the expense of my children. He must seek his political ambition of going to take the throne of South Korea after the 10 years of humanity given to him as the U.S. Secretary General. They must exploit because the exploiting of the wounds of humanity was more fund bringing, and they did that to the point of with the stakes in America, with the stakes in Ghana, to the point of they letting the willful crimes leading to the secret killing of Kofi Annan and the burial of an empty casket on the soil of Ghana to fool Ghanaians and humanity. Now we hear Ban Ki-moon this week telling America and the world, humanity, on Russian television that we should not point fingers at each other. Otherwise, we cannot defeat coronavirus. Ghana, America, and do you think that if we ever think that His Excellency Ban Ki-moon was talking to the pointing of fingers, he was referring to China or the US, we are deceiving ourselves. He was sending a solidarity message to his roots inside the network, his influence in the United Nations, those that aided him for all these years to do this to humanity. He was sending an intelligence message to them. They need to come together. He was sending the intelligence message to the sticks in America, who for 10 years did this evil to my innocent children, exploited Ghana, and got innocent killed. He was speaking to them to come together in the effort of the willful covering up of the crimes against Ghana, against humanity, the willful killing of Ghanaians, which issue is before the International Criminal Court. And now, as I speak, the state of Maryland has been put in total lockdown by these same stakes of Ban Ki-moon and his stakes, those that are covering up this under coronavirus. They are using the state of Maryland, lock it down, and then with the FBI and the Montgomery County Police, while America is looking away. The nations of the world are looking at. We are in distress due to coronavirus. They are using the coronavirus and the lockdown to advance the willful covering up of the killing of Ghanaians and the killing of innocents around the globe. Humanity and the nation, welcome to the program Testimony New World Disorder. Something is happening to Ghana, America, and the nations of the world. I have told us that the force that is coming at humanity, it is bigger than the control of Trump. Yes! It is way greater than the powers that are in Ghana, whether it's from the parliament or way greater. When they decide to come after the life of, if Kofi Annan's life doesn't matter, hey, former Secretary, UN Secretary General, that is which point the world is. So what the world needs, what you need and what I need is to call on God and not to live in perpetual fear, to avoid dying even before corona kills you. Welcome to the program Testimony New World Disorder. We shall go to what to do. And then in what to do, I will let my family in Jema know something about the funeral which I went to. God bless you, humanity and the nations of the world, for being a part of this program, Testimony New World. We are not in camps, we are not in haste. Let the FBI, the Montgomery County, let them make a fool of the state of the global people of Maryland. Let them lock them, shut them down. They know that when I returned from Ghana, what the information that was coming at the White House openly, they know that the media will be watching. So the only strategy that they could do is what they have done to us under the cover of coronavirus. The virus, we are not denying it, but they are doing something to humanity and the nation. They shall not get away with crimes against humanity, and we shall not get remarried to the US undercover, the killer of my family members, my people, and your people. God bless you, and God bless my homeland, Ghana. Bye bye. We shall meet in part 2. What to do? Bye bye.